Good morning, everybody. I'm Ed Parcaut, normally here with Mike Kelly, but he's in DC. He's becoming a bigwig. Yes, he is. He can tell you again what's he doing there, but he's helping out somebody being on their real estate stuff. As you can tell, I really know what he's doing there because I listen to him. Anyway, so it's going to be a short show. Sorry I'm late this morning. I had to take my American Bully George in for some tune up. He messed up his foot on both of his feet, and so we had to take him in. And of course, it takes a half hour to get a tech to come up and take their dog back. Yeah, I guess they're just super busy at the dog place today. But anyway, I'm not bitter, but it just took forever. Anyway, let's get on to what's happening today. So only a couple things to talk about today. So let's get going. The market right now, Dow's up 95, 44, 121. Bonds are currently down 2 basis points, and the 10-year started at 4.58, and we're at 4.60, up 3 basis points. But overall, the overall rates have actually settled down over the last couple of weeks and gotten a lot better. All right, let's get into I want to jump from that to here we go. Mortgage applications is always on Wednesdays. They released it for last week. Overall volume increased by 0.1%. Purchase applications are up 0.6 week over week, up 2% year over year, signaling that it's really there's not a lot of active. I mean, this is this way, not a lot of properties to have a lot of, but the properties that are out there are having activity on there. Did I get that out okay? All right, refinance applications are down 2.9% from the prior week and are still 42% higher than we were a year ago. That just means there was nothing really going on a year ago. What else we got going on? I already talked about mortgage rates kind of fell the last couple of weeks. Let's talk about rentals. And why this is important is in the CPI, PPI, the kind of in the inflation report you have, so it's really consumer price index. You have the shelter roll, which has to do with the rental prices. It used to be has to do with actually the cost of homes, but that would show that inflation was too much. So they took that out back in the 90s, if I remember. I could have been before that. But all right, so let's look at the shelter roll that we have right now in that. So new rents, this is new rents versus renewal rents. New rents, and this is realtor.com first, and then it's going to be apartment list, which is two different indexes. Realtor.com reported new asking rents in December fell 0.5%, and now they are down 1.1% year over year. Apartment list echoed pretty much the same thing, with new rents down 0.6 year over year. If you look at the renewal rents, Zillow reported renewal rents are up 3.4% year over year. So we got some little different numbers with all the different people. If you look at the blended, meaning if you look at overall with the figures between realtor.com and Zillow, the blended rate is 1.25% up year over year, and apartment list versus Zillow, you're looking at 1.5. So pretty much shows you overall we're about 1.5% up higher on rents. What does that matter? Well, that's if you look at what the government put in the CPI report, it showed that rents had rose 4.6%. All right. So so you got that right. So what that means is the next time we look at this, you're going to see different numbers in the CPI because of the rents are much lower now. And when they're not going up as high as what that government report was showing, that's going to lighten the actual inflation load. And we're going to see that get better. And that means rates will get better. And all that stuff is what that means. So everything's going really good right now. And that's kind of what we're seeing. And that's basically, it's a short thing today because I have nobody to go back and forth with. So if anybody wants to make a comment, go for it, and I'll make a comment back. But I see right now, I've had a lot of people got into contract. Rates have improved, which has helped out a lot. A lot of people don't know this. And that's just the way it is. And appraisers are getting appraisals in fast. I had 2 VA appraisals this last week, and they got in way before their 10-day. It was actually ordered on Wednesday and came in yesterday. So that was less than a week. That means, well, one of my deals that I started last Wednesday, it actually is going to close on Thursday and record on Friday. That's how fast you can do a VA loan, or I should say I could do a VA loan because I know what I'm doing. But anyway, I'm not going to talk. I shouldn't pat myself on the back, but I just want to let you know that we can do this stuff. There's no reason to take a VA 30 to 45 days. You don't need to do that. You can get that stuff done as soon as the appraisal's in. All right. We're gonna have what do we have tomorrow? We have jobless claims, initial and continuing, and those probably numbers will probably show down, not up, because I bet you they're going to show up. No, because the government employees aren't on unemployment yet. They were just, all the DEI people and the government and everything else was put on leave, and then eventually they're going to find them another job or move somewhere else. So that's not going to show up yet. That's going to be a few months from now. So right now, just don't think some major things going to happen in the market where rates are going to drastically get that much better right away. It's going to take time. What does that mean? That means you have opportunity for your clients to get these houses at the price that they want, because there's not a lot of inventory. Well, only 653,000 homes nationwide on the market. That's nothing. That's hardly anything. We normally have 1.2 million. The only difference is in that 650 some model, there's like 133,000 condos that are on the market. So I would just tell you, stop waiting. But you've heard this from us forever. So we're just yelling, saying the same thing over and over and over again. And some people are listening. The problem is most of you are going to listen when it's too late, and you're going to be writing over asking by 10 to 20%. And what we're running into now is you have a lot of buyers actually having to pay the commission for their agent, which I never thought that would go that way, but that's what I'm seeing a lot more on a few different contracts I've seen. And that's a heavy price to pay, because that could be $10,000 on top of their, $9,500 of closing costs and prepaids. That could be a problem for some agents. I'm not agents, for some people to be able to buy homes going forward. So hopefully that gets all settled as we get more houses on the market and there's more competition, more sellers will be willing to do that. Anyway, that's all I have for today. Thanks for listening to me. I really appreciate it. Mike will be back on Monday. Like I said, he's in DC the rest of the week, and we'll get the whole thing back from him when he's back about what he did while he was there. All right, make it a great day. Thanks for being here. We really appreciate you for listening to us. And if you need anything, reach out. Make it a great day.